everybody, it's Keely here, and I haven't posted a video for so long I can't even remember how to do it now. It's been ages, but anyway, I'm back. As you can see, I've been busy publishing, so that's what I've been doing instead of YouTubing. I'm so sorry if you've been missing me. If you haven't, well, never mind. So, as you can see here, at Christmas, everybody was cutting out teeny tiny Christmas ephemera from this book. Well, anybody who was anybody, including me. You can see I've cut quite a bit out of here. So yeah, that was my Christmas one, the first teeny tiny book that I published. And then I made the spring teeny tiny, and there are flip through videos of both of these, and it's easier to flip through from the back. So we've got some, patterned little swatches here. You can use those to make like a, if you're doing ATCs, then you can use these to create patterns and so on. And the patterns are deliberately tiny so that they suit working on a teeny tiny scale. And then you can see I've been cutting this one up. We've got very sort of vintage, mid-century, 1930s, 40s, 50s type of styles, because I love those. Very sort of children's book illustration-y. And there's quite a few fashion and sort of garden themes in here. And lots of little labels as well, which is a feature of my teeny tiny books. So yeah, that's the spring one anyway, and the backing papers you can see are also spring related and fairly teeny. And look how tiny those are. I mean, they are literally almost microscopic. So if you make like artist trading coins, or you're just making like a miniature decorated masterboard, or ATCs, obviously inchies and twinchies, these are small to cut out. And I know Demi on Demi Crafts has been having fun cutting these up, and she loves working on a tiny scale, and she's just really enjoying the tininess of everything. So yeah, check her out on Instagram or YouTube. And yeah, she's been enjoying working with these, which is so lovely. See someone who's actually really good at tiny art using my books. So without further ado, this one is the latest one, and yeah, quite a few people have already bought this one, which is great because it only got published a week or so ago. And yeah, you can see the sorts of things we're going to find inside, and I've included some little tiny sort of pages excuse me, on the front, versions of what's inside. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. So strawberries, I've got some strawberries for my dinner tonight, and loads of little characters. And here we go. So it says, yeah, perfect for artist trading cards, ATCs, twinchies and inchies. And even the inside, frontispiece, I've tried to make it so that you can cut out, these gorgeous seagulls, or the ladies there, and the little teapot if you want to, with my name on. Yeah, and bees and all that kind of stuff. Air hostesses for holidays, etc. And so I made some electronic artist trading cards and put them in the book using the ephemera from the book. Now I may have resized them a little bit to fit them the way I wanted them because it was electronic, but these are the kinds of things that you could make too. Look at the tennis one. This is giving everything away, isn't it, before we've even started. Vacation time, holidays. So yeah, lots of teeny tiny images here. They're not all this small. I haven't counted how many images are in this book actually. I should work it out. There has to be 1,000. There has to be at least 1,000, but I'm guessing. So if anyone wants to count them, let me know. So hang on, what are the themes? That's a real mixture of all the different themes you'll find in the book. So you'll find slightly bigger versions most likely, of those and of these. So we get all kinds of pretty sort of strawberry ephemera, cherries, little labels. Got the squirrel with his bucket and spade. People gardening, ladies in bikinis and summer dresses, flip-flops in the sand, all kinds of gorgeous little things, and very pretty background pages though, backing pages, though I do say so myself, like this. So one of the things that I'm working on and not finished, but I'm halfway through recording a video and then I just for some reason ground to a halt, but in this book I was using the back papers, what was left, you know, all these sort of edges, so that I had all those scraps, and I made a fantastic, in my opinion, masterboard inside one of my journals. So the same idea is kind of, you know, prepped for in this book, because you've got all these backing papers or back pages, and you can use any of the little edge pieces or bits, you know, or if there's a page you know you're not going to use, you've got a lovely pattern on the back. So, you know, yes, if you want, you can buy 2 books and then you've got all of those and all of these, but really those are just for you know, something to look at when you turn the page over, because why waste the opportunity, frankly? And it gives you more choice, which I'm all about, because we don't all like everything in every book. So anyway, I've sort of themed the pages as I tend to, and tried to sort of lay them out so they're easy to cut out. So if you're, you know, junk journaling or something and you want to cut these out, there's plenty of space to work your way around. And yeah, strawberries, cherries, lemonade, gorgeous little vintage ladies there. And I love that page. And my strawberries, look. Oh, I've got strawberries tonight. And cream. I've got some cream in the fridge. So watermelon. And here are many labels. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 labels there. They're all the same size roughly, but the ones throughout are a little bit smaller. There's a few more sprinkled around. And yeah, you can see the kinds of things. Again, I've gone for a vintage sort of vibe and tried to make it as pretty as possible. Beach days, summer sunshine, blue skies, lazy afternoon, etc. So I've been pretty busy gardening recently and trying to keep control of the grass seed that has been sprinkled on the lawn, and now we've had a heat wave, and so the water sprinkler has been out a lot in my garden. But if you're a gardening fan, there's some beautiful ephemera in here, and it's a little bit bigger than the so sorry, I have got a frog in my throat. Bit bigger than the ones at the front there. I tend to put the teeniest ones at the front to sort of give you an idea of what's within. So yeah, picnic things, balls of string, sunflowers, seed packets, all kinds of kind of garden ephemera really. So loads of pretty things you could do there. And then completely different theme here is travel, summer vacation, and it's a real kind of 50s vibe that I was going for here. Look, suitcases with labels on. Sorry, I'm waving the book around, you're probably feeling seasick. There we go, let's put it down there. Yeah, I just love the glamour of the you know, the vintage air stewardesses or hostesses, I think they used to be called. So yeah, trying to get that sort of excitement to get on a plane and perhaps, you know, go on your first holiday you've ever had back in the 50s or 60s, because it wasn't very common then. And my grandparents went to Spain in the late 60s, and it just seemed so impossibly glamorous to me as a very small child that they'd been on an aeroplane. So this is more like the sort of holidays I had, sort of English seaside with the pier and, you know, sand, buckets and spades, beach balls, all that kind of thing. So there's loads of those. Beautiful colours as well, aren't they? And look at these beach huts in the pattern there. They're rather sweet. Lots of florals. Some more garden ephemera. Super pretty. If you know my other books and you know me, you'll know I love flowers and anything that's pretty. Sorry, waving the book around again. And I've gone for it with the clothing in this particular book as well. So we've got lots of sort of, you know, almost like paper doll dresses and outfits, swimming cozies and cute dresses with cherries and flowers, stripes and pastel colours, and little hats, look, all the things. So yeah, you could do a little sort of fashion layout page with those, couldn't you? Or, you know, a journal page with summer fashions. And oh, I had to include bees. I just love bees. They keep coming in my kitchen at the moment. I don't know why. Probably hungry. And yeah, lots of cute bees and beehives and honey with a honey spoon there. Little beekeeper man down there. Beeswax. Oh, I love bees. There we go. And similar to my spring book, I have gone with some floral labels. So yeah, pretty. Lots of detail. You can cut them up, decorate maybe a bullet journal with them, or, you know, your calendar or your family calendar or whatever, and just jolly up all the pages and theme things the way you want to. So with the flowers we've got, obviously give different colours that you can work with. So we've got the sunflower ephemera, the roses ephemera, foxgloves ephemera, and marigolds ephemera, which I love. The marigolds remind me of the marigold fairy in my fairy ephemera book. And there's the other I can't speak, floral ephemera page. So we've got lavender obviously up there, beautiful geraniums. We've got reds and pinks down here, and who can resist a blue hydrangea? I'm afraid I can't resist a blue hydrangea. That's why I've included them. And some peonies, which are perhaps slightly less well known, but very soft, beautiful, pretty, blousy flowers that are just so elegant and classy. So yeah, you can use those. Now we've gone down a slightly different route here with a bit of Mother Nature and some birds. A little bird watching journal there, and birds you can have swooping around in your journals or on your pages or your whatever, ATCs. And oh, I love this page. To me, this is like so 1930s, a little bit Enid Blyton-y, with people reading in the garden. I mean, what a lovely thing to just lay on a picnic blanket and read a book in the summer in the garden, forget about your troubles and your worries, and just enjoy a really good book. Relax with a good book. There we go. What possibly more could you want in life? Oh, there's those seagulls, look, we're at the front. And here we have some very lovely, typically seaside-y ephemera with seashells and little boats and a crab and all sorts of nice little things you can spot there. A seagull, look, little rock pool, starfish, everything there for a bit of seaside-y illustrative ephemera. And what Keely O'Brian book would be complete without a few butterflies? So I've tried to pick really bright summery colours in this one for obvious reasons. So there we have quite a collection, and different sizes because we don't always want the same size. Some of them are the same. You might want two matching butterflies, you know, up here and down there, you know, just to finish off the last few finishing touches of a project. There's always space for a few butterflies. So yeah, loving those. I shall enjoy cutting those up. And anyone for tennis? it'll be Wimbledon soon. Where are we? Today is the 29th of May. I think it's the last week in June and the first week in July, Wimbledon. I seem to have that in my head somewhere. So we've got about a month to go. Yeah, I enjoy watching Wimbledon if I get time. It always used to clash with school report writing and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a few years, but yeah, some very cute little illustrations. Again, very 1920s, 30s-y theme that I've gone for there, and badminton as well. I probably played more badminton than tennis when I was growing up. Sixth form college I used to play badminton, and it was a bit easier to play in the back garden badminton because the shuttlecock doesn't go as far as a tennis ball, and also it doesn't break things like windows and stuff, a shuttlecock. So there's one there and a couple more up there. But yeah, used to bang around a tennis ball a little bit when I was a kid. I wouldn't call myself a tennis player though, that's for sure. But anyway, so we've got to have some summer food, haven't we? So there's some very pretty sort of cherry pie, watermelons and lollies and hot dogs and all that kind of picnicky, summery, outdoorsy food. So very pretty, softer colours. And I can't resist, can I? The cute animals in clothing. So we have here some beachy cute animals in clothing, and we've even got like a little mouse here with a beach ball, and a squirrel with a beach ball, and a kitten in one of those flamingo blow up rubber ring things. In fact, there's a few. Look, I got carried away. Oh, look at this little mouse. He's making a sandcastle. And rather proud of that as well, with the anchors. Very handy if you're looking for little seasidey patterns for backgrounds and so on. And we've got a bit more bird watching here. I think because I used to go up on the downs, the South Downs, like a hilly area, if you don't know what the downs are. There's enough downs in other countries. And you know, with binoculars with my dad when I was little down in Sussex, and it was very much sort of like this, you know, you go for a walk and you spot birds and just be out in nature and listen to skylarks and stuff like that. So yeah, I love a bird. It's nice to see them around. There's also a hedgehog. Oh, and another one. And some poppies. So yeah, this really is a bit of a trip down memory lane for me. And we have got some very cute ladies in swimwear. I mean, what could be more vintage than a little vintage swimming costume? And maybe a lolly or an ice cream. Loving that. And the little blue sky bits, look, they're cute, aren't they? And oh, I love the theme of this page. It's a bit like the page of reading a book in the garden, only this one is nodding off in the garden, and people in hammocks and little puppies, kittens asleep. Look, a couple of older people there falling asleep in the garden, a couple of picnics, and basically people just having a snooze, chilling and loving life whilst in the land of Nod. Okay, so we've got some teenier and tinier elements on this page with some pretty ladies and more sort of beach ephemera, anchors, lighthouses, seagulls, you know. You can see the kind of thing, beach bags, little desert island there. Boy, would I like to be on that desert island sometimes. Just spend the day in peace and solitude. How lovely. Okay, there's another very pretty background there. I hope you like that one. Like a sort of patchwork one. And we've got some summer and seaside beachwear here with sunglasses, sandals. You know, there's all sorts of things you could do with these. I just really like the page as it is, because I do try my very best to make the pages look really pleasing. And I'm sorry if it means it's hard to cut the page up, because I find it hard to cut the pages up. because they look nice, but you can always buy a second copy and keep it if you really wanted to. But anyway, yeah, there's loads of things you could do with that. You could make like a little catalogue and put all the things together, or you could have ATCs and do little fashion ones with some of the words, or you could put those together with some of the summer characters. So yeah, knock yourself out with those. And a bit more gardening stuff here. We've got gloves, strawberries, lavender, summer garden sign, summer berry jam, and lots of cutie outdoorsy garden things, and some more summer fashion and ice creams and lollies, pineapples, all the things. Very cute and pretty. I hope you love the colours, because I just love these summery colours. And that's it for the ephemera, but we have some of these patterns that I mentioned earlier, and yeah, I hope you like those. So I've sort of grouped them into colour schemes that work fairly well together. There's a little smattering of a coral colour there, but mostly those are sort of seaside-y, sky blue colours. Stripes and clouds and coral look, and one or two little sort of pictures as well as the actual patterns. And then we've got the sizzling, bright, hot sort of pinks and purple patterns. A few splashes of sort of lovely orange and yellow in there. Love those. And then we've got some softer ones with like pink roses, flamingos, beautiful summer floral patterns, and like miniature scrapbook papers. These are really, aren't they? And so yeah, these are just a few of the books that I've created. So we've got Boho Hippie Ephemera, which came out last summer. The Pretty Fairy Ephemera, I think that might have been the year before. I'm losing track. I've done so many now. I think I've done 35 books now, cut and collage books. That's Afternoon Tea Ephemera, very pretty if you like vintage and retro. Now these two books have been featured quite a lot by Gail Agostinelli, sorry Gail if I'm saying your name wrong, and they've had a real resurgence of popularity since Gail showed those, and loads of people have bought those. So very, very popular books. They've got, that one's full of vintage flowers. This one is full of butterflies and moths, just the whole thing. And those books came out, I think it was 2023. I did those in the spring. So 3 years old now, those books, but they have sold very well, and I'm really proud of those, even though they were my earlier books, because I just think, I know Nicole at Relax Cut Glue, put my teeth back in, she found those really handy and she kept them on her desk. I don't know if she still does, but because there was always some, you know, little bits and bobs in there that she could add in, and she knew she had plenty of flowers and plenty of butterflies and moths. And particularly for the heat wave that we're having here in London at the moment, tropical summer ephemera to cut out on collage. I think I did that one a couple of years ago. So yeah, do tag me, won't you, in your creations. There's a thing you can scan there and put anything you've made with my books on Instagram. Please tag me, because I'm not going to see it otherwise. And honestly, it's such a kick when I see something somebody's made with my book. I just love it. It's very exciting and makes my day, because otherwise what's the point of making these books if nobody's going to use them, make gorgeous things and share them? Yeah, I have to share them, but it's really fun. And yeah, so there's my YouTube channel. Well, you're already watching me. TikTok, I'm not there every day, I must admit. I come and go a little bit, but I am on TikTok. I've got a couple of accounts. I've got a Keely crafting, I don't know what they're called. There's a steampunk Keely and Keely crafting with Keely or something. I've forgotten what I called it now. There you go. I told you I'm not on TikTok as much as I probably ought to be, or Instagram. There's just too many things, guys, and life is too busy. So sometimes I pop in and out on there anyway. So I hope you love my book. I really hope that you're going to, you know, pick up a copy, or at least help me out and put it in my cart. Put it in your cart, and then at least Amazon, even if you don't buy it, at least Amazon knows that people are interested in this book, and that would really, really help me out. What would also help me out is if, you know, that little subscribe button. Everybody asks, don't they? But it is extraordinary how many people watch my videos and aren't actually subscribers. I'll have to have a look at the statistics on it for an updated sort of, you know, update on that. But it's amazing how many people watch and aren't subscribed. So if you'd like me to carry on making books and get back into making my videos again after a bit of a break, that would just help me out no end. I think I've got 682 subscribers at last count, and like I say, I haven't done any videos probably for a couple of months now. It's been very poor on the video recording front, but there we go. I hope you love this, and I hope to see you again really soon. So take care, guys. Bye for now.